The errors of the ignorant. Number 4. He has kept in touch with you all this time. You must mean something to him. This is a series based on the comments made by people who fail to understand the true nature of narcissists and the narcissistic dynamic. Whilst these comments may be well intentioned, they are incorrect, perpetuate misunderstandings, and in many cases create false hope, dashed expectations, and perilous outcomes. It is often the case that a victim of our kind finds that the unidentified narcissist continues to keep in touch with them. As I have explained on many occasions, we will always look to hoover you, whether it is post-escape or post-discard, disengagement, because there is the prospect of fuel and potentially the opportunity to draw you back into the formal relationship. Those hoovers are governed by the Hoover triggers and also the Hoover execution criteria. If you are unaware of the nature of the person that you became entangled with, it is highly likely that you will keep triggering hoovers, and the bar will be set low on the criteria, which means you will be regularly hoovered. This may seem to somebody like we are just keeping in touch, wanting to see you, perhaps explain why things did not work out, organise to address outstanding issues. Those are the most likely views taken where the dynamic has been between narcissist and intimate partner primary source. It does not end there, however. In this dynamic, you will have been devalued, and this will cause you to question certain behaviours that you have experienced and witnessed. If you are an intimate partner secondary source, shelf, or dirty secret, you may well not have experienced any devaluation, and instead you are only seen at certain intervals, picked up and put down, and we keep coming back to you, seeing you, sending you pleasant messages as we future fake and provide comfort crumbs. There is no traditional malevolent behaviour towards you, and yet you find yourself not elevated to a position of intimate partner primary source, so you find it strange that you are not referred to as the girlfriend, or you do not meet our family and friends. Whether you were the intimate partner primary source and you are now being repeatedly hoovered, or you are the intimate partner secondary source who keeps getting picked up and put down, these ongoing interactions can last for years. We have embedded you into our fuel matrix, and whilst you may never return to the position of intimate partner secondary source, or be crowned as intimate partner primary source, you remain an appliance that we draw fuel from. This leaves you perplexed. We are intimate with you, or have been. We talk of future plans with you, appear to confide in you, yet there is not the sensation of being in that formal, intimate relationship of partner, spouse, boyfriend, or girlfriend. This leaves you puzzled as to what you mean to this person, and why we keep engaging with you, even though there appears to you to be no endgame in sight. Labouring under this situation, you seek advice from a third party who listens to you explain the dynamic. They are likely to gloss over the devaluation, if you were once an intimate partner primary source, preferring not to get involved in conflict again, and instead they will focus on what appears to be a more constructive interaction now as you are hoovered. Whether it is being hoovered or being placed on the shelf and removed from it, this advisor will deduce that our continued interest in you and our efforts to keep in touch with you, which may be strenuous at times, for instance tracking you down after you have moved, means that we are clearly interested in you, and therefore this should be regarded as a good thing. No, it is not. The advisor is likely to suggest that because you clearly mean something to us, that you should continue this engagement with us, perhaps even look to increase it if we remain interested also. Invariably you are, and therefore great things must be on the horizon. No, they are not. The only things you mean to us are in accordance with the prime aims: fuel, character traits, and residual benefits. This prolonged contact is born out of our need to secure these prime aims and keep you within our fuel matrix. We want to keep drawing fuel from you, and we do this through the repeated hoovering, even though we may never put the formal relationship of boyfriend and girlfriend back into place. We do this through taking you off the shelf and engaging with you as an intimate partner secondary source, and then putting you back there when we turn to somebody else. We will continue to do this for as long as we are able. Perhaps we will restore you to the position of intimate partner primary source following these hoovers, or we might promote you from intimate partner secondary source to primary source. And of course, your continued engagement with us appears to have paid off. In the short term, yes, but ultimately that promotion or restoration is a poisoned one, as your devaluation as primary source will come about. If there is no restoration or promotion, you will be kept in the state of purgatory, never sure precisely what you are to us. You see us sometimes and then not on other occasions. You hear of us doing things with family, but you may not be invited to join in. Certain social occasions are excluded from you also. You feel close to us because of the way we make you feel when we are with you, but at the same time, there feels like a gulf between us because we are not admitting you entirely into our lives. You may feel like the other woman or the other man. You may feel like the friend with benefits. You may feel like the secret shag. You may feel like you are permanently in waiting. And if it is this last one, you are absolutely correct. You are permanently in waiting, as you are at our whim and pleasure. If we want to engage with you, we will. If we do not, we will not. By convincing you that this elongated song and dance translates into you meaning something to us, your advisor has made an error of the ignorant. They have given you false hope that you are special to us, that we will make good on all those future fakes, on all those tempting promises, and that those comfort crumbs will somehow gather together to make a relationship cake. They might, but it will not be to your taste in the end, and more likely they will not. And 5 years later, 10 years later, 20 years later, you are still the one waiting for us to call and pick you up, as you realize that your life has been placed on hold, and all because you were made to think that this narcissistic behavior of hoovering, shelving, denoted that you were special and you meant something to us. If you recognize this behavior in your dynamic with someone, or that it is happening to someone else you know and care about, do not commit the error of the ignorant. Instead, enlighten them to the reality of what they are in and what awaits them.